Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, I got one of my favorite Louisville guys, man, reoccurring guest on my show, my guy, Reggie Brown. He's here to let me know what's going on up in the Ville, man. Reggie, what's good with you, brother?
What's good, brother? What's good?
Oh, nothing, man. I was just checking in with you. A lot's been going on with both of our programs, UK and Louisville. It's been crazy down here, but I know y'all had a rough couple of last seasons. But things could be potentially looking up for y'all. So I just want to tap in and let you tell the audience what's going on, man. So right now, what I want to start it off with, I want you to tell me right now, as of today, what is the state of the program for Louisville basketball? And what I want you to answer is, would you call it, would you say that it's trending towards elite, it's trending towards mid-major, starting over? Give me the state of the program right now.
Well, I'm gonna say it's. I don't want to say starting over, but I do feel like Coach Kelsey has came in and he's brought the energy back. He's brought the energy back into the program. You know the fans, man. After a horrible 2 years with Kenny Payne, we won 12 games in 2 years. So we got a coach in here now who's came in, who's out here recruiting, uh, hitting the portal, talking his talk, and like he's talking the talk, and like he's gonna walk the walk. So I would say, I don't want to just throw elite status out there. Louisville is to me is an elite program. Just went down, they just every elite program goes through a couple of down years. Not as worse as Louisville. I said we just went 12-52 in the last 2 years, but every elite program do go through the ups and downs, and I feel like uh, we're coming out of our down. I feel like we're coming out of.
Let me ask you this. How do you think the rest of the fan base is feeling? Are they feeling more like you? Or are they, because Kentucky's pretty divided right now. So how's the Louisville fan base in general?
Not a little. We was divided when Kenny Payne was here. You had to pick your side, and I think that was the bad part that people didn't understand. They just wanted, everybody at the end of the day, we wanted Louisville to win. So with Kenny Payne gone, I feel like we're coming back together as a fan base. It's been all love. We're not arguing with each other, fussing at each other on Twitter, on Facebook. I feel like we're coming back together as a fan base, though. We really are. We made our strides. Like I said, when you go 252 in 2 years, I mean, what more is it to say?
Yeah. And to piggyback into my next question I want to ask you too is, how do you think the average fan just of college basketball is looking at Louisville right now? Do you think, are they feeling the same way you feeling, like it's time for a come up, or do you think that they still not believing it yet? What's the average college basketball fan think about Louisville right now?
Well, every average fan is going to say they want to see what happens on the court. They want to see what what product is he going to put out on the court? What product is Louisville going to put out on the court? Now, watching Coach Kelsey at Charleston, you know, he likes to get up and down. He likes players that can go get their own shot. So it's gonna have to be a show and tell. Right now it's gonna be all speculation until the first game. But I think we in good hands, man. I think we found our diamond in the rough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So you said that he's definitely out there recruiting. He's hitting the portal. How do you think overall? What are the recruits? Because I know, when Kenny Payne took over, it was probably he probably was in a bad situation because y'all still had the allegations hanging over y'all shoulder and different
That's
stuff like
cloud.
that. Um,
Yeah.
so now, how do you think? Or speak on that part of how you think recruits was looking at y'all then and compared to how you feel like recruits and up and coming ball players are looking at y'all right now.
Well, I feel like recruits then, in a couple reports that came out, Kenny has said it himself that recruits didn't really want to come here because we had that cloud over our head. But once the cloud got released, it's like, Kenny, what was you doing, man? Because you had a whole, second season to go do what you had to do without the cloud, even though he did have the number 4, number 5 recruiting class, but you didn't go get no veterans. That's what teams are starting to understand now. You need veterans out there. You can't just use all young boys to try to play in this college game today. Y'all was going through the same thing. Y'all went through the same thing. Uh, he's in on some players. Right now, we already have one commitment from James Madison, Terrence Edwards Jr. We should be getting a commitment today from Hadley. Hadley, I forgot his first name, but he played at Colorado State. He wore the black mask. He's more of like a defender, sharpshooter. We got a couple players that's wrapping up their visits. I know Maddox, the point guard that everybody wants. He wraps up his visit with Xavier on Wednesday. That's what my boy's talking about. I believe it's Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we got a couple guys coming in. We have JQ. Y'all got the little 5-star freshman. He's supposed to be here Thursday. Big dude from Arizona, Ballo. He's supposed to be here. I'm hearing today or tomorrow from his visit from Indiana. And we also have Townsend coming in on Saturday. And if you know who Townsend is, Townsend plays for Oakland. He has Louisville in his 3. He has Ohio State, Arizona, and Louisville in his top 3.
I want to
Trey
ask you this also. So I know last year or even the last couple years, Louisville seemed to have a really, well, maybe you might not think so, but it looked like Louisville had a real great chance at one point that they may have snagged DJ Wagner and Aaron Bradshaw from Kentucky. Did you ever feel like that it was possible that y'all was going to get them realistically? And if that's the case, why do you feel like Bradshaw didn't really take Louisville into consideration when he hit the portal, and why he committed to Ohio State so quickly? And do you think that it's possible that DJ may give y'all a look now?
When I didn't really feel good about our chances with DJ and Bradshaw coming out of high school. Again, we had just hired Kenny Payne. We had just hard his granddaddy Milk on the staff. And when you're not recruiting a kid, at all, and Cal has been in that kid's life since a baby. I kind of figured he was going to go to Kentucky. I understand about him pitting Louisville, upper because your granddaddy's there, and he has a good relationship with KP. But before then, the other coaches wasn't recruiting DJ or Aaron Bradshaw. So when you don't have a relationship with kids, why am I going to come to your school now when the previous coach wasn't, committing to me? I understand Bradshaw doing Ohio State, probably fits his style more. Probably wanted to get out of Kentucky. He definitely didn't want to go to Louisville after just playing for Kentucky. And then he got to come back to Rupp Arena next year. You're going to hear all kind of types of names thrown your way. And
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't think. I think he wanted a fresh start somewhere else. And I don't see DJ. I don't see DJ coming to Louisville either, especially without Milk being there. I could be wrong, but I kind of see DJ going to Arkansas.
Think so?
Yeah, I kind of see DJ going to Arkansas.
Yeah. So far only Big Z's followed him, and honestly, I'm be real with you. I feel like Big Z may have made a mistake, because if Calipari don't get another center, I think he's gonna do Big Z the same way he did Towns. He's gonna stick him underneath the basket, which I ain't gonna say that didn't help Towns some. It probably helped him round out his game. But when you look at Towns now, he's probably gonna go down in history as one of the best shooting big men the game's ever seen. Um,
Mm.
Probably at the very least he'll be top 15, right? And he
Well,
didn't get.
Towns had that. Like you said, Towns had that in his game when he was at
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember when I first heard about Towns, they was comparing him to Kevin Durant. So then when I seen him play at Kentucky, I was like, why they ever compare him to Kevin Durant? He never shoots the ball, but apparently that's just a thing that Calipari does. So I was a little confused with Big Z making that decision, because I feel like he actually would probably fit better in Pope's offense. But back to DJ, Do you think DJ can benefit from playing another year with Cal? Do you think he should? If you were DJ, would you try it somewhere else?
If I was DJ, I would try to go somewhere like because he's a good defender. He's a good on ball defender. I would try to go if I was DJ. I would try to go somewhere like Illinois somewhere. Illinois, it's another school I'm thinking of. That's on the tip of my tongue. Illinois. I would try to go somewhere like Also, you from New Jersey? Go up and play with Rick.
Right.
Go play with Rick at St. John's.
Yeah, I could even see maybe
I
UConn
Seton
even giving
Halls.
him a look.
UConn, Seton Hall with Shaheen Holloway,
Yeah.
Robert Kim English.
Yes,
But
sir.
I think he's loyal to Cal. His daddy's loyal to Cal. So
Yeah, that's for sure. Back to you guys though. So you said you really excited about this new hire, and probably a lot of fans are gonna come on board with you. What would you consider like a really successful first season for him? Like outside of winning the championship, what would you be extremely positive and happy about?
making the tournament. Louisville ain't made the tournament in 5 years. It's been a long time. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, Louisville ain't made the tournament in 5 years. And if he just makes the tournament, team plays hard, man, and you show progress, he's gonna be good. But I do think he's gonna build a roster. I think he's gonna build a roster that's gonna be nice. Like I said, we already got one commit and Terrence Edwards Jr., who was the leading scorer at James Madison. He's a buddy getter, can shoot a three, can get to the rim, can play defense too. The Hadley kid that you have that's supposed to commit today, I heard soon. You you have a defender in him, and also another person that can get to the bucket, get his own shot, and he's a good 3-point shooter. And what these kids have are they are older, they've been in the college game a couple of years, and they've been in the tournament. James Madison knocked off Wisconsin in the tournament. So I think the ceiling should be tournament. We don't find out early because we go to Battle of Atlantis this year, and I always say, why do every year we have a first year coach, man? They put us in these dang on tournaments, man. Like Penny's first year, we was in Mal. Now this year we in Battle of Atlantis, and it's like Arizona's there, Gonzaga's there. It's gonna be some teams, so we don't find out early. We don't find out early what Coach Kelsey and the Louisville Cardinals are gonna do.
Yeah,
So
and I
we
was
go there, shot,
kind of
go
feeling the
there, shot
same.
some teams. You know,
I was feeling the same way about Kentucky. I was like, I hope he finesses the schedule a little bit to try to get some easy wins on there before they really dig into the conference and see what's going on. So I definitely feel you on that. So you said a really nice successful season for you would be to make the tournament. Do you feel like the rest of the fan base is on par with you? Because you know how it is over here. We always talk crazy. We talk banners, you know, SEC tournament championships. Like we want Mark Pope to come out firing immediately. I know that's unrealistic. Me personally, I would be happy if he just got us to the Sweet 16. So do you think the rest of your fan base feel the same way
uh,
of you? Or
most definitely, most definitely, bro. They would love to make the tournament, and that's what they wanted with Kenny this year. We wanted to make the tournament. We won 8 games.
so what's up? Now let me ask you this question then. Let's say that he does not make it in his first year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, how much time would the fan base allow him before they start putting the pressure on him like they did KP?
Well, if you win 4 games your first year, yeah, you definitely don't feel that pressure. But I feel like if KP would have won like his first year, bro, I feel like if KP would have won 15, 16 games, it wouldn't have been all that. It wouldn't have been all that, get him up out of here. But when you win 4 games your first year, you win 8 games your second year. Like, what are we doing here? It's just time to go, man. You got 2 years. We can't take a chance on your third year because you ain't showed us no progress. You showed us a 4 game progress from 4 to 8 wins. So I say if Chelsea wins like 16, 17 games his first year, I think I think they give him a shot, give him more chances. You know, but
Do you
he's been at College of Charleston, so each year there he's gotten better. So
let me ask you this question because I know with us personally, I feel like we, even though we may, you know, Mark Pope might not be the sexy pick, I think it was the best pick for Kentucky fans for right now. I think it is going to eventually unite the fans. I think right now it's a whole lot of people that's torn. It's a whole lot of people that's upset because we didn't get one of the top tier names out there. But I do think eventually he's going to bring it back, and he's going to unite the fans.
who knows y'all better than Mark Pope?
Yeah, for sure. Um,
So
and I know last year y'all was having trouble filling the seats. Do you think that initially fans are going to be turned off, or is it like, is it going to be crazy exciting right off the gate? Everybody's going to be ready to come out and see what's happening, because I think everybody's ready to come and see what Kentucky's next team is going to be like. Do you feel
I,
that
I,
way for y'all?
I most definitely think the Young's gonna be Pat first game. I think I can give you a number. I'll say it'd be at least about 18 to 19,000 in there.
Yeah, because you know, when I talked with some people, I said I think more so it's not even about wins and losses. It's just the revenue that was hurting Kenny Payne. Because when you look at, you know, when you think of all the money that's spent at a basketball game, for instance, right? Most people taking a, you know, most people don't come to basketball games by themselves. They either taking their significant
Okay.
other, or they taking kids. Um, so if you look at all the revenue streams, you looking at, you might be paying $50 to park somewhere. Then you
My
know,
home,
you're gonna.
my homie just went to Cat Williams Friday night. He paid for a double shot and a glass of wine. Paid $63.
Right. So you talking about, you know, the average person that goes to a basketball game, they might probably, especially if you include ticket, it's possible they might spend $400 or $500.
Facts.
Because if you a super fan, you're gonna probably buy a shirt, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you said, you're gonna spend a couple $100 on concessions. You might spend, you know, $50 to $100 parking, depending on. So I think it was more so that Louisville was losing so much money. So if y'all can come out and pack it out, that'd definitely be a step in the right direction, man.
Like 4 to 5,000 people there for Kenny Payne game. In an arena that seats 25, 22 to 23,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not even high school numbers, but well, yeah, it's probably
They,
like a nice high school game.
they said you could have bought a nosebleed seat and walked down and sat on the floor.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, I definitely I can't wait to see what happens. I know y'all probably don't have how many players do y'all have on y'all's roster currently?
Right now we got three. We got he brought two from College of Charleston with him. He brought Rain Smith, who's a sharpshooter. And he brought a bid, James Stott. He's like 6'10", 6'11". And we have Terrence Edwards Jr. He's 6'7". He's 6'7" guard size forward. A couple more other players. Like I said, we got the big guy for. We battling with Indiana for the big guy from Arizona, Balo. He's like 7 foot, big African. Need that. We got Trey Thompson. Like I said, he played for Oakland. Uh, it's between us, Ohio State, and Arizona. He'll be here Saturday. And the good thing about some of these kids that they setting up visits with, Saturday here is Thunder Louisville. It's starting right at the third derby time. So bring these kids here, because right now, you know, Thunder Louisville starts it off in just a whole 2 weeks of partying.
Yeah, I
So
love Thunder, man.
yeah, so hopefully we can get a couple kids here and lock them in.
Yeah.
I know
So
I know Maddox, he's a guard. He's like 6'1". He played at Toledo. I'm a lot of fans good think we're gonna get him. So we should hear
yeah,
something soon.
and I know earlier you had mentioned that you know, basically you need a lot of veteran leadership on the squads nowadays. Do you how much do you think, or do you even think, is coaching more important nowadays, or talent, or what, like what, how would you, what would you prioritize? Do you think would you go for a guy that you know can coach, or would you like a guy like Calipari that just recruits the best talent? How do you build the rosters nowadays?
I would say both. I would say Calipari's only problem was, and Kenny Payne was the same way. I feel like if Kenny Payne would have had a couple of veterans, more veterans on that team, like so you got to think about it. Stash Park, yeah, he was a sophomore, but he only played like 8 games at Illinois, so technically he still was a freshman.
Right.
Brandley, Brandley Huntley Hatfield, he played a couple of games at Tennessee, but he was an early red shirt, so he came to school early. Trey White was a sophomore. You needed a couple of guys. I feel like if he had a couple of veterans on his team, that he would have been able to get a couple more wins. You know, taking for example, the UConn team. Their big guy was a sophomore. Their small forward Castle, he was a freshman. The other small forward, Tabara, he was a sophomore. But you had in Newton, you had a senior, and in Cam Spencer, you had a senior. You had 2 seniors, and you also had a good coach who's going to put you in good positions to win the game, to be in them situations. And really, UConn just walked through the tournament. They really did. They really didn't have no trouble with no teams. And I said that they match well with every team. They can play different styles. They can run. They can slow it down. They can play the gritty game. And what they did, like prime example, what they did with Purdue is, Edie, you can get 40. Everybody else, we're gonna lock y'all down. And I would say a little bit of both because I like what Cal's doing too. Also, I understand, UK fans want championships, but you gotta understand, like Cal is changing these kids' lives. We had a scout come on our podcast, on Power 10 podcast, and he told us that Cal goes into places these other coaches don't want to go into, these hoods. And he don't have any security with him. He might have one security guard with him and a driver, and he's there by himself, relating to these kids. That's why these kids want to come play for Cal, because he puts out a plan for them. But I understand, UK fans, they want titles. I feel like the bad thing about it is he didn't go get a little bit more veteran leadership at the transfer. You could have missed. Even if you're gonna bring in a whole new class, they'll get you 2 or 3 vets at the portal.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I think you have to as a coach now, you have to be willing to change and adapt because in 5 years from now, we don't know what it's gonna look like again because you know, with the beginning of this NIL stuff, I expect stuff to start changing and I expect rules to be made because right now we just taking everybody's word. Like kids say they getting $1 million. We don't know if they getting $1 million or not. We not seeing no tax returns. We seeing some of these kids they signing predatory deals. So we don't know what's going on. So eventually I do think it's gonna change. And I also think the transfer portal is going to change too. Do you like the transfer portal the way it is now, or you think it needs to be tweaked?
See, I just got a text from my other phone. Barlow is not coming. He canceled his visit, so I'm pretty sure IU threw him a bad. But I do. I mean, if here's how I feel: if you transfer the first year, the only reason you should be able to transfer again is if the coach you came to play for is fired. That's the only way. You can't keep switching teams each and every year just because you don't like the situation. Because you picked that situation. That's like me. If I pick this job, I'm gonna have to stay there because I picked that job until I find something else.
Yeah.
So I understand what the transfer portal is trying to do. Let them transfer, but then make it to the point where, okay, the only way you can transfer from another school is if a coach gets fired or if something happens.
Yeah. What about in the case like Cal, where technically he didn't get fired, but he left? You be cool with it then?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I got you. Well, hey, listen, man, I ain't gonna hold you much longer, but before I let you go, I want you to tell me right now on the record. I know it's kind of hard because we don't even know what our teams are gonna look like yet. But first, I need you to tell me Are y'all going to beat Kentucky this year? And then secondly, where are y'all going to finish in the ACC?
You already, hey, me and I know he's watching. Probably in his office watching. We got $100 bet. Me and I got $100 bet, and somebody else got $100 bet. I told I want my honey in all quarters because we coming to rough to whoop that, whoop their ass this year. You know what I mean? We coming to whoop their ass this year. And I feel like this year we man, see, look, they got on my head with Kenny Payne, man. Because Kenny Payne, man, Lord Jesus, I'm gonna say we finished top 8.
Top 8.
I'm just in that area.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say that area. I'm gonna say top 8.
Got you, man. Well, hey, listen. One thing I do want to say is, I feel like out of nowhere, both of our conferences have started to get a lot better, actually. And I don't know if it's because a lot of these teams have mature players for this COVID eligibility or what. But I know the SEC ain't no joke for Kentucky no more, and I know y'all got a lot of solid teams over in that ACC, so it's gonna be rough for both of us. But I can't wait to see what both of the teams do this year, man. I feel like we in similar situations, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot of eyes on both squads. So I look forward to it, man. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely make sure Ike sees this. So he remembers you called him out, man. But anyways, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you being on the show. I know you got business to take care of. Good luck to you on that, man. And we will talk again soon, I'm sure. But anyways, before you go, let everybody know where they can find you at.
Man, you can find me on Twitter at rbrown 502. Also, you can follow the podcast page. We got one on Facebook. I'll share it in the in Beyond the Game. And also we're on Twitter at Power 10 Pod. And we always, we go live, man. We help UK fans in there. We run our spaces. So yeah, you most definitely tap in with us on there.
Yes, sir, man. All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate it. We'll do it again next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson. All right, Reggie, we holler at you, bro.
Appreciate you, buddy.